Yeah, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna mix a beat and I'm gonna show you how you can go from this to this. Alright, let's get straight into this. This beat is a beat that was sent from one of my clients who wanted me to mix this beat. So let's get straight to it. First of all, one of the most important things when it comes to mixing, just level all your sounds first and then start with the processing and all of that sort of thing. So I'll come back to you when I've done that. Alright, so I've done a quick leveling on the beat, and this is how far I've gotten. Alright, so I said that you should wait before adding effects, but I felt this melody, I really fuck with this melody, but one thing I heard was that I felt that it was very dry, so I added a little bit of reverb and this Valhalla Supermassive. This plugin is free, by the way, very much recommended. And I just turned it down because it was way too loud. I can play it just a sample for you. Okay, so this is before I added any effects. Yeah, that shit's hard, but I felt that it was just a little bit dry, so I added, as I said, some Valhalla, and this is what we have now. So it's just a simple little difference, but it's when you're at the mixing and mastering stage, all the small bits is what makes a track good, you know. So I also added this EQ, just cutting out a little bit of the top end of this sample. Because it has this sparkle with kind of choir sound, and I really like that, but I just turned it down a bit to make some room for the vocals. So let's move on to the drums. Okay, so first of all, you can see that I've panned a lot of the sounds, the percussion elements, if I play just the drums. You can see that I've panned a lot of things a little bit to both sides, both left and right. And this is just to make some space for the vocal that's going to be sitting in the middle of the track, right? And also just, yeah, don't go overboard with these. Don't just pan everything. If you do that, your mixes won't sound cohesive. Panning just a little bit like this makes all the difference, in my opinion. One thing about mixing that's very important is to mix in context. Like, I can mix all of these individually and make them sound good, but when I then put it into the mix or like the final with every element, it could sound muddy still. So I recommend mixing with everything going at the same time. Also, when mixing, don't mix to a specific level, I would say. When I mix, I hit specific targets, but it's not like I need to hit that on every single song. But as you can see, this snare right here hits on about -3 decibels, and I have the 808 hitting at about the same. And then I have the other, the hi-hats hitting around 12 to 9. Actually, I think that's a bit low. Just turn it up a bit. Yeah, just like that. But you just need to have all the other percussive elements lower in the mix, because if you have them at the same level as the main snare, you can take some of the attention away from that main snare, and you know, you want your snares to be noticed in the mix, right? But in mixing, in any part of music production, it's no guidelines. Like, I could turn down the snare and pan it all the way to the left. Like, that gives the track a whole nother feel, but it's maybe some people would think it's cool, and that's okay. So mix how you want to, but for a starting point, I would suggest mixing to like the industry standard, and then you can experiment away from that, right? One tip if you want your 808s to clip is just adding a parametric EQ, and here we can make some tweaks. First of all, I'm going to turn up this high band and this 5000 band just to boost some presence. And if you want the 808 to clip, you can boost this lower band and yeah, just dial it into your liking. And if you think that bass is too much, then add another EQ after the clipper, and then just turn down the bass here. That makes the 808 hit hard and clip, and at the same time you don't get overwhelming bass. Many sounds also have a lot of low end that you don't typically need. So for example, a hi-hat, if I just play this hi-hat with an EQ open, you can see this low end information right here, which give nothing to the specific sample itself. If we can just cut out all of this top end, you can hear what this part of the hi-hat sounds like. It's literally no information that's needed with the hi-hat, but this low end frequency will take up space in your mix. So just remove this you can just take it away like this, or you can use a high pass and then just remove the frequencies like this. But be careful with using a very high slope, and be careful not to take the band too high up, because if you do that, you can alter the sound of the sample that you're using. I'm gonna give you an example right here. Right, then it just sounds thin. So just remove the frequencies that you don't hear. And this is with every sample. For example, the snare right here, all this low information below 50 Hertz is something that you just can remove like this. And this is not something that you're going to be thinking about when you're making a beat, but when you're mixing and mastering, this is something that you need to remove just to give more space to the bass and the kick. Just to sum up this video in quick fashion, there's not very much you need to do. This mixing you can do while you're making a beat, but it's just some tiny things that I needed to tweak for this beat to be completely done for this client. And as you can see, all I did basically turn down the sample and then pan some of the sounds and level them accordingly, and remove some excess low end on the samples which we don't need. And that's pretty much it. You just need to do this many times over, and you will just get better with doing more mixes, you know. So just continue listening to sounds like beats you like and how they're mixed. That's a very important step. Just listen to beats that you like and do it with the headphones that you're going to be mixing. Don't listen on your phone and then try to cook up with another pair of headphones. Just use the same headphones, and then you're going to learn your headphones and how to mix. This is not something you're going to be crazy good at overnight, so you just need to do this more often, and yeah, you will get better. So yeah, that was about everything for this video, and just a quick mixing tutorial on your beats. Let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see me do, and if you want me to fix your mix and help you with any mixes, just leave a comment below and I will check it out.